with an amazing player as well. Sure, throw me in, coach. All right, so let's head down. Here we go. Both teams at 5-0 this round. Shenhar versus Sam Black here, ranked number 15 in the world, getting in there with a Blight Keeper. And we saw this before from Sam Black's red-black deck, just tremendously aggressive.
And no 2-drop for Sam there.
Yeah.
Not ideal, but...
All right, are we watching Ixalan Draft here? It's a swashbuckling on a Blight Keeper from Sam Black. Hardy Veteran was Shenhar's play. Here we got to commune with Dinosaur, see if he can find anything.
So from the looks of things, it looked like Shenhar had a Luminous Bonds in hand, but he didn't have the third land to cast it. So going to go and find that so that he can deal with a 3-power flyer in the air before it ends the game in short order.
All right, Blight Keeper once again smashing in the air for Sam Black. Third land, and here we go. 3/3 Pirate for Sam Black.
Just a headstrong brute, you know. You can't block, but
that's not what you want to do anyway.
The nice part about headstrong brute is that you don't want to be blocking anyway.
No.
Who wants to block?
A headstrong brute has never blocked in my day. Or never wanted to. Hardy Veteran gets in there for Shenhar. There's that Luminous Bonds you mentioned. It's going to lock down that Blight Keeper. Although, you know, the activated ability could still be relevant if the game goes long enough.
Absolutely.
In comes the Headstrong Brute, buffed there by the Direfleet Neckbreaker. +2/+0.
Yeah.
Shenhar's already down to 8.
And what's crazy is that we know that Sam has Unfriendly Fire in his hand. So this game's like all but over, right?
Wow. New Horizons is going to put a counter on that Hardy Veteran. Headstrong Brute here. Sam Black considering attacking with the Neckbreaker too.
Yeah. Boom.
Attack, hit you with Unfriendly Fire, and that's the game! Wow, Sam Black just rips that one off versus Shenhar. Currently up a game. Matt Severa, Lance Austin-Oliver-Tiu, Justin Cohen on tables B and C. That was quick.
That was lightning fast. I think the most fun part about playing a deck like Sam's in a live tournament is that you get to make explosion noises and stuff while you're playing your match.
I bet that's what Sam's doing down there.
I feel like that's up his alley.
All right, here we go. Matt Severa versus Lance Austin. Table B. Everybody on that team on the left side is running those new unstable lands, it looks like.
I like them. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, just gorgeous. I love that swamp especially. Black-White Vampires there for Lance Austin. Matt Severa, red-green. Dinos, by the looks of it. Reaver Ambush is going to take care of one of them. Raging Regisaur, however, still in play for Matt Severa.
Yeah, and that card matches up so well right now against Lance Austin's board.
Elendra the Dusk Rose in play for Lance, too.
So Matt's going to block the Elendra here with Raging Regisaur.
Taking a look at Elendra the Dusk Rose. It's a 1/1 with lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, you get a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is Elendra's power. All right, there we see the block. You mentioned JVL Raging Regisaur on Elendra the Dusk Rose. She will fall in battle, but we'll make 2 vampire tokens. Pass it back over to Matt Severa.
So interesting play there from Lance last turn. He actually used the Forerunner of the Legion to pump Elendra. That's how he ended up getting those extra tokens. Nice use of his cards there.
Raging Regisaur gets in and attack Follow-up play by Crested is of Crested Herd color here, bringing along a 3/3 with it. Just one of the top dinosaur cards that you want on your deck if you're running something like red-green dinos.
Absolutely. And suddenly Matt's board looks real nice here. It matches up beautifully. Pair of 3/3s, a 4/4 Raging Regisaur that's able to just ping things at will.
All right, and Impale is going to take down the Raging Regisaur, but still no good attacks for Lance. Throws it back over to Matt, who's going to swing in with some 3/3s.
And Matt probably not thrilled to have lost the Raging Regisaur against a board where, you know, there are 3 creatures with 1 toughness on the other side. But it looks like he's got plenty to do in the coming turns.
Grazing Whiptail, the follow-up here for Black-Severa.
The Grazing Whiptail, a card that has, you know, it started as one of the better cards in Ixalan, and it has declined pretty dramatically in value, I think.
Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of it has to do with Crashing Tide being a card. And, you know, a lot of it has to do with, you know, there being various cards that kind of turn it off.
So you're saying somebody can just bounce it and set you back, you know, into the Stone Age, essentially, if that was what you were waiting to play on turn 4.
Exactly. And this is a format where, you know, turn 4, people are often casting 2 spells. It's really easy for people to spend less mana than the Grazing Whiptail now to get it off the table.
All right, there you see a Champion of Dusk in play for Lance Austin. Was able to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Most of them lands from what it looked like to me.
And 5 is a lot of cards. Black-Severa is going to be hard-pressed to keep up with that kind of card advantage.
Yeah, Champion of Dusk, a card that is straight up good enough just to go in any deck. You know, if you're just going to draw 1 with it. It is a 4/4 still.
Yeah, 4/4/5 that replaces itself is a pretty good deal.
Swinging with the team here for Black-Severa. Looks like this Champion of Dusk is interested in blocking. But red and green has access to plenty of tricks that can make this combat favorable.
And there's a lot that could happen here.
Lance Austin at 9 life. Black-Severa 17. Both Sam Black and Justin Cohen currently up a game for the team on the right side. I mean, if you're Lance Austin, do you take the bait here, essentially, and block with your 4/4?
So I think I do, because I'm at the point now where I'm kind of at 9, and well, I am at 9, and suddenly my options have been dramatically, you know, narrowed, considering what, you know, my opponent might, you know, have. If I just take this damage, I basically die. So I need to make some blocks. I'm going to have to force him to use those tricks eventually. I drew 5 cards. When you just draw 5 cards, you want to be trading as aggressively as possible, because it'll give you an opportunity to, you know, get back into the game by playing all those extra cards you've drawn.
All right, so here's the blocks. Oh, might have spoke too soon. Lance Austin revising his plan here a little bit.
Yeah, trying to decide whether or not it's more important to get the Grazing Whiptail, which is a 3/4 as opposed to a 3/3 off the table, or whether or not he wants to get this Herd Caller off the table, which has Trample. An important note that when Black-Severa does use a trick, if he has one, the Trampler will deal the additional damage over the top, so something he needs to think about when he's making his play here.
All right, blocks finalized for Austin. Severa ordering blockers. Trying to see what he has in hand. Can't quite get a peek at it.
He definitely has plenty of action, though.
Yeah, I know I saw like a thrashing Brontonon or whatever. So we know this has more creatures to follow this up with. You know what card has... Oh, here we go. Here's one of the tricks we were talking about from Black-Severa. Reckless Rage. And a Crash the Ramparts.
And that's going to be lethal. Wow.
Yeah, those two vampires that offered lifelink were hung back there for Ladens Austin.
All together here. It's lethal damage.
He's just going to scoop him up. That is wins all across the board in games 1 for Sam Black, Matt Severa, and Justin Cohen. Heading in here to table C, Justin Cohen versus Oliver 2. Sure enough, they are all running those sweet lands. Everybody on Land Watch 2018 over here. Red-blue aggressive deck by the looks of it for Oliver 2. And blue-white for Justin Cohen, which, you know, we've seen it a few times today from the pros.
Yeah, this definitely looks to be the innovation of the weekend is blue-white in this limited format.
Siren lookout here for Justin Cohen. Goes exploring, finds a land. Fanatical Firebrand in play for Oliver 2. Just want to point that card out. How well do you like something like that in this format?
I think it's pretty good at letting your guys trade up or just being tricky in general. What I'm pretty excited about is my favorite 2-card combo in Rivals of Ixalan.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so a Mist-Cloaked Herald suited up with a Curious Obsession.
Curiously obsessed with dealing damage, am I right?
Yeah.
Drawing you a card.
Never running out of gas. Ever, ever, ever.
Man, I love that card. Along with the Headstrong Brute, a big swing there for Oliver 2. Dropping Justin Cohen down to 13. This creature's in play, pretty small by comparison. It's just going to peck it around in the air for 1 here.
You know, this is an interesting situation for Oliver because, you know, considering that Justin just left open that 4 mana, Oliver may be incentivized to try to play around a Divine Verdict here.
Sure.
But perhaps by only attacking with the Headstrong Brute.
Yeah, when you see 4 mana left open from your opponent on your turn and white is involved, Divine Verdict is definitely the card I'm thinking about.
But I mean, so Oliver certainly wants to be attacking with at least a creature because he doesn't want to lose the Curious Obsession. Now, I don't think he wants to lose the Curiously Obsessed Mist-Cloaked Heralds.
No, no, no.
But I think it's fine to attack with the Headstrong Brute. I don't think you can really get too badly punished if your opponent's going to use, you know, Divine Verdict on a Headstrong Brute.
No, that's
I'm pretty
fine.
happy.
Yeah.
And your opponent will use it. Otherwise, they'll have, you know, not used any of their mana on that turn. You'll have dealt them 3 damage, and it's just good for you if they don't use it. So
Oliver 2, though, going into the tank about this play. Oh, there's another Mist-Cloaked Herald over there to the left that was kind of hidden under another card.
yeah, perhaps it had been fallen victim.
Two here, it looks like he's taking the line you described, JVL. Attacking with just the Headstrong Brute, potentially. Oh, nope, they're both getting in. YOLO.
Yeah, he means business. He wants to end this game.
I do believe I see a Divine Verdict in Cohen's hand. And indeed, on the table, Divine Verdict. 2 does have the opportunity to save his creature, and he's going to do it. Crashing Tide. Send that merfolk back to my hand, draw a card. It's an island. Loses a Curious Obsession, however, does get in for 3.
And that island will allow him to replay that Herald there, too, so.
How do you feel about the deal that was made there using Crashing Tide defensively?
I mean, I think it was fine, especially with your opponent at 10. You get the Herald back, you get to draw another card. Oliver was in the market for trying to hit another land drop, so it definitely helped him in that regard. The more lands he gets, the more powerful his endgame becomes because he does have Captivating Crew in hand.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a very, very good one.
Sun-Crested Pterodon here for Justin Cohen. 2/5 flyer with the City's Blessing. Has Vigilance. Back over to 2. How inclined are you to play a card like Mist-Cloaked Herald in a non-Merfolk deck?
It depends what else I have. If I have a number of cards like Swashbuckling, if I have cards like Mark of the Vampire, if I have cards like Curious Obsession, then I think it's going to make the cut in my deck even if I'm not Merfolk. I've had controlling blue-black decks where I've played 2 or 3 copies of it, and it's been quite good.
There you saw a Mutiny from Oliver 2, taking down that Siren Lookout. In swings the Headstrong Brute, along with the Merfolk Mistbinder, or excuse me, Mist-Cloaked Herald. And there it is, Captivating Crew from Oliver 2. That rhymed. That was not on purpose. Let's dance, says the Captivating Crew.
Captivating Crew does look like he wants to dance.
Another Snubhorn Sentry here for Justin Cohen.
Yeah, 1 permanent shy of those becoming 3/3s.
Oh yes, thank you, chat. I've been corrected. Sun-Crested Pterodon has Vigilance as long as you control another dinosaur. A little different. Which, of course, Cohen does.
This pair of the ever so fun to train Snubhorn Sentries here on the battlefields.
1 away from the City's Blessing. Unless that card up there belongs to Justin Cohen, which I'm not really sure what it is under that Mist-Cloaked Herald.
Yeah, I think that it does because of the sleeve we have here. Ooh. Yeah, so this Captivating Crew looks like it's going to be able to take this game away.
All right, well, we are just getting news that pairings are up for the next round. You are not going to believe what we've just heard about what happens here in this time walk as we get ready to go into round 7. JVL looks like he's seen a ghost. The team on the left wins.
That's right. They don't have a game win between the 3 of them. Their opponents have 4 game wins. Sam's already sealed his matchup.
I am
one of the best
astonished.
team limited teams ever. This Madison team and this group of young whippersnappers
takes them down.
Come out. This guy who happens to know some dudes with a national champion and a world champion on either side of him, and they end up taking it down.
Wow, incredible stuff. All right, more Magic. We're going to get ready for the cut here at GP Indianapolis. We've got Kenji and Marshall coming back to see which teams are going to make it through to day 2. Don't go anywhere. Round 7 when we come back.